Long
Hi
time
again. It's been 3 minutes. Not even.
Yes, we're here to talk about Sister Wives. The last Sister Wives episode. We're done. We're done with Sister Wives. So sad. What are we going to fill it with?
Well, we have the bonus episode next week, and then there's a bonus episode today that's airing, and one next week.
Oh, there's a bonus episode today? Friday?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Apparently.
Excellent.
So maybe we could extend our coverage a little bit.
And then the wedding, they're going to show the wedding stuff. So yeah, I guess we'll still be covering this for a little bit.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about extending it.
Yeah, it's season 18. Oh my God.
I know.
Episode 18. Tell all part 4. Part 4. I mean, I can briefly go over previously. Basically, Cody we already know. It's over this. It's the same shit over and over again.
Same shit over and over.
Yes. So Mary says that she hopes in finding her soulmate, and that she has met David a couple of times, which I was surprised about. Christine's fiance, now husband.
Oh, Mary saying this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that Mary has met him several times, and that she likes him and she likes them together. Like, and Mary seemed authentic when she was saying this. She's like, oh yeah, I agree. And I think it's really good. I think Mary needs to see, not that she shares her couple throuple friend, right? Her friend Jen and her husband. Friends. And her husband, but seeing somebody that was in the family with her and married to Cody like her, seeing her leave and then find actual true love, like I think Mary needs to see that. So
she's seeing it. She's staring right in the face at Cody and Robyn. No
I
kidding.
think she needs to see her someone like herself can get out.
Cody and Robyn have like this trauma bond because I don't really think it's healthy, but they're definitely in love. I don't know. They're like they seem to have like a relationship that's like Bonnie and Clyde. You know what I mean? Like the couples you see on like Killer Couples, Snapped Killer Couples. Yes.
Like that. Like they have this connection, undeniable, clear connection, but they also use their powers for evil.
No, you're right. So we just talked about Thousand Pound Sisters and in the production asking Amy about like, would you support your sister if like she killed somebody or whatever? Or like, or actually Amy brought that up.
Oh yeah.
But my point is, I feel like if Cody or Robyn murdered somebody, the other partner would definitely support them 100% and do everything to get them out of jail.
Oh my God. 100%.
Like even if they knew they're wrong, it would still be like they're just sick and twisted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, anyways,
they're so in love in this twisted, dysfunctional way that like they're both fucked up delusions.
Delulu.
Well, he even says he's delusional.
He did. He mentioned that.
And I was
actually, he didn't say it. He asked if he was, or he said, maybe I'm delusional.
Maybe I'm delusional. And I think I texted you, Delulu.
Yes.
He's Delulu. He is delusional.
Yeah. Well, Janelle says David is great. They've hung out and he's like a breath of fresh air. And we learned that Christine told Janelle, quote, I did not know what it was like to be loved like this.
Mm-hmm.
So sweet.
When Janelle was like, I can share this. Sorry, Christine. But she was like sharing this good thing. I love that Janelle is so like closed off in that regard. She's like not about talking about these kinds of things, even when it's good stuff. Right. And she's like, sorry, Christine. But yeah, and saying that. And it's like, oh, it's so sweet.
And I don't know why, but Cody said he met David for 15 minutes, but really Robyn only talked to David and she thought he was sweet and he doesn't know anything about him. I'm like, yeah, right. Cody's doing like being an internet sleuth. He's probably like stalking David.
100%. Yeah. Awful. Like, and this whole episode is basically like Cody word salading reasons why Christine and David are terrible, but also at the same time, like, hopes they live happily ever after. He says it in his weird Cody salad way that is like, oh, they're great. I hope she picked great. She hopes she picked great. But she needs to stop talking shit about Robyn. I'll only believe she's in love when she stops talking shit about Robyn. I'm like, oh, that's going to be interesting. Okay.
I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
He was doing, and as we get to this, like he was stretching things so much. I'm like, what? So
yeah, he's absolutely psychotic.
Yeah.
Yep.
He turned the way like Suki or whatever was asking. Christine's talking about, I'll just let you go. And
Yeah. No, it's okay. There's this whole conversation, and I'm going to summarize it very quickly, that Cody really hates Christine because she stabs him in the back while playing nice, when in reality, that's just his twisted mind of what's going on. Christine's like, whatever, I don't care. And he says it was an uncomfortable life with her in Vegas, talking about Christine, and got worse in Flagstaff. So we suffered all these years together. So you're just going to quit to her? And I'm like, then he goes, she's riding off into the sunset in a happier life. And I guess I have to figure out how my life looks.
Yeah, you do. Guess
what the fuck does that even mean?
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know.
So you're you both know it's not working out. She is in a happier life. So how does that mean? What do you mean how your life looks?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
Anyways.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I think it makes even less sense in this episode than he does the other episodes.
I agree. Christine said she couldn't be herself around Cody, but she could finally be herself around David. Cody only liked the happy, bubbly person, but not the real, we all go through emotions and feelings. And so she would have to fake being this person 24/7 around Cody to make him happy. And Suki asked Cody, do you blame her for destroying the big picture? And then Cody responds with, no, because that's all my fault. And I'm like, oh, here we go. He's going to take accountability.
You think he's going to take ownership?
You know how I do, because that's all my fault for marrying a woman I didn't love. And that's the truth. And she knows that. It never really worked.
She never fit. She was never a fit. Oh, okay. 20 years of this and you're begging her to stay and all this stuff. And he just seems to think that like it's okay for him to just be and do however he wants and that everybody else should just fall in line and accept it, right? Yeah. Robyn has done that, so why can't everybody else? He doesn't understand that this way of behaving to other people is not acceptable to other people, and therefore they don't want to be in your life because you're an asshole. And Robyn falls in line. Robyn falls in line. Why can't everybody else just fall in line? He doesn't seem to understand the way he treats these people. They don't want to be with him, and he can't make that connection. That this is all happening because of the way he treats people. He doesn't see that. He always tries to make it about everybody else, and it's Christine's not really in love with David because she's still bad mouthing Robyn, which she's not actually bad mouthing Robyn. She's asked questions about her opinions about certain things Robyn has said and done. And that's not necessarily like, hey, I'm just going to call you and bad mouth you. Like, no, that's not what's happening here.
Well, also, I don't know if Robyn's necessarily like falling in line with Cody. I think, okay, let me use an example. I had a boss once, right? And he never wanted to hear my opinions, right? My opinions of something, how it would be better would never be okay. So I learned very quickly that if I made it to seem like it was his idea, he would fall in love with it.
Right. That's how Robyn manipulation.
Does. Right. So I think Robyn isn't falling in line. I think she's falling into place. She is actually able to word salad Cody in a way or whatever.
Yeah.
To stroke his ego. About. Yes.
She was able to manipulate him in such a way that makes it like seem like she's falling in line, but she's actually the master manipulator of the whole thing. We talked about
Robyn runs. Yep.
100%.
Well, Christine says that she doesn't think Robyn has any desire to live plural marriage. So when Suki asks Cody, hey, do you think that she, has a desire to plural marriage?
Being in a monogamous relationship with you.
Right. Because Christine doesn't think that Robyn does. He's like, well, she doesn't know Robyn at all. I'm like, okay, all right. Yep. Whatever you say. And then that's when Cody says he'll believe Christine is in love when she stops saying bad things about Robyn. And I typed out, ha, 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 ha.
Right.
Like, what an idiot.
She was answering questions about certain things. She's not like taking the initiative to just like, hey, I'm going to go on Instagram live today and badmouth Robyn just for shits and giggles. Like, that's not what she's doing. She can't be bothered with that. Right. Like she said about, like, I think Cody thinks I think about him a lot more than I actually do. And I think that's true, honestly, for everybody in the world.
Yeah. When you fall in love with somebody, when you truly do, the people in your past, they don't come out like all the time. Like you're not thinking
No.
about them. You're so happy.
Yeah.
He
I'm
doesn't
not
like
thinking about
happiness.
my ex-husband,
No,
I talk
no.
to him on a regular basis. I see him on a fairly regular, well, not so much anymore because he moved to Hawaii, but I talk
Yeah.
to him on a regular basis. Like we're fine, like I
Right.
don't know, but I don't, yeah, I'm too busy living my life, my
Mhm.
happy life. I say this frequently as part of my sort of like when I got sober and figured, started getting, help for all that and my emotions and all the things, right? I've learned, am still learning to create a life that I don't need to escape from. And
Mhm.
one of, because I escaped by drinking or going, looking at past relationships or whatever whatever people do, whatever your thing is that helps you avoid whatever it is you're supposed to be dealing with, right? Looking up old relationships, that kind of stuff. It's because you're not happy with your current life. You're just trying to escape from your current life by reaching into the
Mhm.
back or the way back machine and pulling out an X or something like that. Like Christine's not doing that with you, dude. Like she's way too
Yeah.
happy living her life to give a shit about you.
Yes.
And he's
And
just consumed all the time with his hate for Christine. He's just like
yeah.
all consuming.
Christine said, how I feel about David is how Cody and Robyn feel about each other. Oh, well, then, yeah, I would never want to leave. I would never want to go to somebody else's house. And so she's like, be happy with each other and let the rest of us go. Stop being
Mhm.
angry. And then we can all get along together.
Yeah, just accept that it is what it is. And she's not, I think Christine truly isn't even mad at Cody anymore. Like,
She's
I
so
feel
over
like
it.
the way she talks about him feels like she has worked through a lot of her anger and other emotions from the fallout of all of it. And she
Definitely.
obviously would have to work through a lot of that stuff as she went back into the dating scene, right?
Yeah,
And she clearly did because you can see, how over Cody she is. She clearly did some work. And so
definitely.
yeah, she's at that place where she's let all that go, and I don't think she gives a shit. She's like, no, I mean, she probably, I don't know, maybe she does or doesn't forgive him or whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't think it matters to her. I
No.
just don't think she cares. Like she's learned what she needs to learn. She learned about herself. She's gone through therapy. She's probably still in therapy. She's probably one of those people that's like, oh, let's do therapy as, a fun couples activity, you know,
Mhm. Yeah.
because, just keep things strong every, 6 months, check in with the therapist, just to keep things strong or whatever. Like I feel like she'd be that person because she's so about working through those issues now and figuring it
Hmm.
out. She's like, I lived that way for so long that I'm not gonna live in that space anymore.
Yeah.
That's miserable. And now I'm don't have to. So she's doing her thing and I love it. And Cody has
Definitely.
not. Cody is
No.
mired in his self-pity about understanding that, oh my god, like he's realizing, well, I don't think he realizes it, but he's experiencing what happens when you treat people like shit for so long. And
Hmm.
suddenly when they wake up and realize that you're treating them like shit and they don't want to be around you, they leave you.
Yeah.
And that's the bottom line of it. He doesn't accept that. He has not gotten to a point where he realizes that. So that's why his word salad, I think, is just like he's always trying to justify and put out an answer that somehow won't make him look bad, whatever that is in his eyes.
Hmm.
And this is why, like, oh, well, Christine has to say bad things about me in order to show David that she's a good person because otherwise she would have left a good man. And so she has to say, like, whatever word salad nonsense that was, it's his weird way of trying to justify that it wasn't him who treated people like shit.
Hmm.
It's
It's not my fault.
Christine has to do these mental gymnastics in order to be okay with moving on to somebody else because I'm an excellent guy,
Yeah. Listen, I'm a great guy. I didn't do anything wrong. I just didn't love her. So I'm not a bad person for having 6 kids with somebody and or however
Being
many
with them
and
for 30 years and
yeah.
no, yeah, shut up. Just shut up, Cody.
Yeah. Well, Janelle doesn't think that Cody will marry another wife in the future
Mm-mm.
because Cody told her something like as we move into monogamy. So she's like, nah, he ain't.
Mm-hmm.
And she bet $1,000 it won't happen. So
Yeah.
we'll hold
Yeah.
her to
I
that.
totally agree with her.
Oh,
I
I
agree.
agree.
Because it was like, and even Cody said it. He's like, when he met Robyn, he basically told everybody else, oh, you can leave if you want. Like I found you, but like,
well, he
he
goes on to
found
say,
somebody. What?
no, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to
I
interrupt
was
you.
like he found somebody, Mary, met them. Oh, this is what, I'll marry you. I'll keep you. And then, okay, this is not the love of my life. Let me marry somebody else. Who marries Chanel. Oh, you're not the love of my life. So he marries Christine. Christine turns out to not to be the love of his life. So he ends up marrying Robyn. Oh, this is the love of my life. Keeps her. Now he's getting rid of his other wives as if they were just playthings that he collected along the way.
Toys.
Need them.
Yeah.
Which isn't how, as Mary points out, isn't how polygamy is supposed to work. Like, you're not supposed to let the rest of your family go because of that happened. That's how monogamy works. And that's why we have a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatever relationship we have with whatever other person. And then we break up with them. That's how monogamy works, right? And then you move on to somebody else. And then and then you fall in love and you get married and you live happily ever after, or you don't, and then you get divorced and you know, whatever. But he collected the wives and he just kept them, and he never let any of them go until they all decided that it's time for me to go. And that's so unfair. That was so unfair of him.
Yeah.
He said he was clearly only interested in monogamy with Robyn. Once Robyn came into the family, he didn't care about anybody else.
He said he would not marry again because he would have to tell that woman, I will never love you as much as I love her because I know better. That alone statement sums up the entire series of the show.
That's it. Like, 18 seasons right there.
Yes, that's the quote of the entire series. Like, I will never love anyone as much as I love her. He said it in a roundabout way. We spent
18 seasons of him being an asshole to the rest of the wives and them waking up and realizing that they don't want this anymore.
Yeah, when Suki asked Robyn if she could find happiness with just Cody at this time, Robyn says she doesn't know how this works exactly. She says it feels weird and disrespectful to be happy with Cody and then Suki was like, no, I've talked to all the women. They all say that they want you guys to be happy, that they know you guys are soulmates and yada, yada. She's like, well, they haven't shared that with me off camera. It's like, she's fake crying again.
This thing with Robyn, and I mean, Mary's done it and stuff they owe me a conversation about this off camera or whatever.
They don't owe you shit.
Nobody owes you shit. You're not entitled to dick. Okay. You are not responsible for somebody else's feelings. Okay. Nobody else is responsible for your feelings. If that's how they are, this is the situation, Robyn. They don't owe you dick. Okay. No. You recognize the situation. Nobody owes you a fucking dick. So stop. I'm so tired of they owe me a conversation. No, they don't.
Speaking of Sob and Robyn, I'm gonna say what the AI bot said. Okay, so if you guys notice on your Instagram, you can start an AI chat. So I've been playing around just asking random things. Like I asked about myself to see what happens, and then like my acupuncture profile came up, my NPI number for insurance, remember, and it doesn't matter. It was weird. That came up. I was like, she is a licensed, right? Anyways.
Ooh, I need to see what it says about me.
Yeah, so it'll be like, yeah, exactly. So I typed in the question, who is Sob and Robyn on the TLC show Sister Wives? And then AI responded with, Robyn Brown, also known as, quote, Sob and Robyn, is a cast member on the TLC show Sister Wives. She is the fourth wife of Cody Brown and has been featured on the show since 2010. Some viewers of the show have criticized Robyn for playing the, quote, victim card and receiving preferential treatment from Cody. I'm like, fucking AI created that. I'm dead.
Spot on AI bot.
Yeah. Anywho, I thought it was funny. All right. So Suki asks, is there anything David does better than Cody to Christine? And
I want to be like everything.
Right.
I want to see what kind of what shit Christine actually said there that was actually cut out, edited. Because I would imagine her, given her reactions to a lot of stuff lately, where she starts laughing like, I'm not married to him anymore. Haha, it's so great. You know,
yeah.
I imagine there would have been a great Christine reaction right there going, everything.
You know, there was some sex stuff she wanted to say, probably like, he fucks, whatever. But she
then
didn't.
they chose to focus on the one thing about him listening to her, which of all things to focus on, I mean, that shows that he loves her.
Exactly.
And he cares about her and how that's different than Cody. And it's like, what's different between him and Cody? Well, David actually loves me.
Right.
It starts and ends there.
Boom.
So therefore, the way he treats her is all completely different because he treats her with love, not just this person.
Well, we finally get to meet David. So he comes out and sits down with Christine, and we learn a little bit about his history, his relationships. He said that he was married for over 20 years and he has 8 kids and 10 grandkids.
Which
so he'll
Christine
fit
loves.
perfectly in this family.
Which Christine just loves because she just wants tons and tons of grandbabies.
Yeah. We learned that his wife passed away 11 years ago, which was really, that's sad.
Yeah. He seems like such a sweet widower, like rather than a divorcee. I don't know why, but like when he said he was a widower, I was like, oh, that tracks. I don't know why, but I feel like that tracks with him, like versus a divorcee. I don't know.
All I know is if
anything better or worse about any, you know what I mean?
Right.
It was just a gut, like, oh, okay, that tracks with him. I don't know.
I thought it was interesting too that he wasn't sure about swiping on her because he knew who she was. He thought maybe she was a catfish based on what his daughter said. So you know, this motorcycle, maybe tattooed guy, whatever, watching Sister Wives, or he's like, I saw an episode here, there, and it's like any guy that I've dated, like my last relation, whatever. I'd make him watch these shows, and you know, at first people act like they're not interested, and the next thing I'm like, well, what's next?
Like,
well,
oh my God. So I texted you this the other day. I'm not sure if you saw it because it was like sandwiched in with like 8,000 other things. And I don't know when you read it because of the way our ADHD conversations are just so random.
If it was on a Saturday, I definitely didn't read it.
Like middle of the night, I'll think of something and I'll just text you and you'll get it like a day later and be like, oh yeah. And I'll be like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then I have to go back at our conversation and read what was I even talking about when I sent you that? Anyway.
What did you text me? Oh, did your mic?
So they've been playing this Below Deck marathon on Bravo, right? So I've had it on in the background. And Hetero Life Mate's been off this week. Also, I'm off work. He's off work. We're, doing all the Christmassy stuff. And so he's been around and he came in and he was like eating lunch and he sat down and watched the show with me. He made me pause it and rewind it because he was in the kitchen when I was watching it. And I guess he wanted to see the scene. It was the season where Ashton was like the acting bosun because they'd fired the other guy and he got swept off the deck, the swimming deck.
Oh, that was crazy. Yes. Where his leg got caught.
It was that episode. And the scene that was after commercial was Captain Lee with the crew sitting him down with the video and explaining everything, right? And what should have happened, what did happen, what should have happened, how, sort of the after action report on it. He made me stop and rewind it so he could see it because he wanted to sit and watch it. And he said that this was like the only show of all the shows that I watch that he either also watches or I make him watch, depending on who you ask on any given day. Either I make him watch it or he's, happens to watch it.
Right.
He said Below Deck was his favorite of all of the shows.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Well, I can tell you what, I don't remember what season it was. I don't remember who the captain was, but I learned from that episode to never step over a rope or never step
on the
over
water side of the rope. Yes.
I'm not going anywhere near ropes. My foot will never be over any kind of device. I'm staying a couple feet away.
You don't stand on the water side of a rope of a line. I was like, and I used to be a sailor, and I don't think I know that.
You learn something new every day.
Well, we didn't have the sailboats I sailed. We didn't have decks like they were big boats. Like they were 20-footers. They're needle boats.
Right.
Yeah, I sailed 20-foot FJs in college. So
nice.
So if any of you guys know what that is, that's what I sailed when I raced when I was in college. It's a 2-person boat.
It sounds very, very and like workout, like
it is. It was
full body workout.
Yeah, it depends on what kind of wind you're in. Like I remember this one regatta was up I think it was Berkeley or San Francisco because I went to college in San Diego. So it was like I think we'd gone to San Francisco or something, and the wind up there, which is where I'm from, the wind up there in those bays is really crazy. And it kind of, so you really heavy air is what we would call it. And at the time, especially, I was a little person. So me and my skipper, I was the crew, he was the skipper. We were what we would call a light air crew, meaning that we're both small, so we don't have a ton of weight to us. So we can't flatten the boat. If the air is so heavy, it's blowing the sailboat over, you use your body to counteract.
Oh, right? I see.
So it's called heeling. The boat is heeling and you and you are called hiking. What you're doing is called hiking. They've like, these things called hiking straps. There's straps at the bottom of the boat that you hook your feet under, and you could throw yourself over the side of the boat. Right? I'm like demonstrating. I'm acting it out like you can see it.
I'm like nodding, like you can see my response.
And you're nodding. So you do this thing called hiking. You throw yourself over the side of the boat, and you're trying to flatten the boat out using your weight to counterbalance. And so you could get your sailboat as flat on top of the water as possible, so you can go as fast as possible. Because the more turned you are, you're going to have more drag. You're not going to go as fast. So you want to be as flat as possible. And so doing that a lot, like we were in this really heavy air, it was blowing a lot. And so we had like sweats and sweatshirts. We had multiple layers on. We got ourselves soaking wet so we could be as heavy as possible. And, you're throwing yourself over the side of the boat. When I came back from that weekend, I looked like so beat up because I had
my God, bruises
all over my legs, particularly the backs of my legs, because there's like cleats and other hardware on the side of the boat. And so your body, keep throwing your body over the edge, your thighs, your legs are going to get bruised because they're hitting all this hardware,
ouchies,
a flat surface. So totally just disgusting bruises and stuff. But in any case, below deck. So we didn't have to worry about lines and being like pulled out to sea off the back of a deck because it wasn't. Wanted to
hetero life. I want to say, yeah. Getting the crew together isn't as easy as it used to be. We get it. Life comes at you fast. But trust us, your pals are desperate for a good hang. And when they hear you stocked the party with drinks from Drizzly, they'll be banging down your door. Let Drizzly, the go-to app for drink delivery, take care of the supplies. All you need is an excuse. Doesn't even have to be a good one. It's your dog's birthday, the loquats are finally ripe, whatever. With Drizzly, you can compare prices on a massive selection of beer, wine, and spirits and get them delivered straight to your door, which means you can entice the crew to leave their houses without ever leaving yours. Hosting? Take the drink run off of your to-do list. You can schedule drinks to be delivered up to 2 weeks in advance or in as little as 60 minutes. Whatever the occasion, download the Drizzly app or go to drizzly.com. That's DRIZLY.com today. Must be 21 or over and not available in all locations.
Hey, Fraudcasters. With the busy fall season already in swing, you might be looking for wholesome, convenient meals for jam-packed days. School's back in session, you're running around all over the place. Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, can help you fuel up fast with chef-prepared, dietitian-approved, ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. You'll save time, eat well, and stay on track with your healthy lifestyle. Relish the best of autumn with fall flavors. They're limited time only hearty comfort meals featuring seasonal veggies, meals like cranberry pecan chicken and apple Dijon pork chops, which, by the way, I just had for dinner tonight. Fantastic. Ready in just 2 minutes, they'll satisfy your fall cravings during the busy season without the hassle. You can even level up with gourmet plus options prepared to perfection by chefs ready to eat in record time. Treat yourself to the upscale meals with premium ingredients like broccolini, leeks, truffle butter, and asparagus. Head to factormeals.com/fraudcast50 and use code fraudcast50 to get 50% off. That's fraudcast50 at factormeals.com/fraudcast50 to get 50% off. Hey, Fraudcasters. If you're racking your brain trying to think of the right present for someone, you're never going to go wrong with gifting the most comfortable sheets, clothing, and accessories that your friends and family have ever felt. I'm talking about Cozy Earth. Cozy Earth is the brand that has been featured on Oprah's Favorite Things 5 years in a row. And it's important to note that each year she featured a different product, whether it was the waffle bath towel bundle, the bamboo jogger pant, or their best-selling bamboo sheet set. These are made from viscose from bamboo. They're temperature regulating and they only get softer with every wash. All Cozy Earth products can be returned or exchanged within 100 days and include an additional 10-year warranty against defects. Can you just think of all of the people on your list that would love to receive Cozy Earth on a gift, which is pretty much, I don't know, everybody? Who doesn't want the most comfortable set of sheets ever? Whether it's the best-selling sheets, their life-changing luxury pajamas, ultra-comfortable joggers, plush lounge socks, which honestly for me, you could never go wrong with those, or their premium bath towel collection, you will love shopping and gift giving at Cozy Earth. And here's our gift to you this holiday season. Go to cozyearth.com and enter code FRAUDCAST to save up to 40%. That's cozyearth.com with code FRAUDCAST. cozyearth.com.
I have such a hard time finding bras that just fit right. Sometimes the straps aren't supportive enough or the cup size is too small. I absolutely hate bra shopping with a passion. Skims has made me excited again to expand my bra collection with cute designs that feel buttery soft and look good under any clothing. Believe the hype, you guys. They are the most comfortable bras I've ever worn. Skims is creating the next generation of underwear and bras for every body. I tried the Fits Everybody t-shirt bra in the color sand from Skims, and it's literally the most comfortable bra I own with so much support. As a woman with a larger chest size, it is so hard for me to find both comfort and support in a bra, but Skims has made it happen. I forget that I even have a bra on most of the time. The material feels like it is a part of my skin, so soft and so smooth. Skims bras are made with innovative technology to give you the best shape and support. Plus, every bra is designed with the comfiest and softest materials, so you'll feel like you're wearing nothing at all. Skims offers a complete system of bra solutions for every need and style. Skims bras are available now in 62 sizes that range from 30A to 46H. Believe the hype, Skims has over 100,000 five-star reviews for a reason. Skims bras are now available at skims.com. Plus, get free shipping on orders over $75. If you haven't yet, be sure to let them know we sent you. After you place an order, select podcast in the survey and select our show, The Fraudcast, in the drop-down menu that follows. Well, then we see Suki showing them a clip about Christine talking about dating. And Christine says she likes bald tattoos and guys that drive motorcycles. And she wants basically anything that is Cody's opposite. She's like, I was married to someone who wasn't physically attracted to me. And I'm like, and then we see McKelty and her having this conversation about just the fact that, Cody wasn't attracted to her. And McKelty's like, you're gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
And Christine's like, what if I suck at kissing and everything like that? McKelty's like, I know why you're scared, but that's his problem, not a your problem.
Right.
And it's so true. Like, she was not saying anything negative about Cody. She's like, that's his problem. That's not your problem. Because then later on, Cody uses that against her.
Right.
And then we find out that
Oh, go ahead.
We find out that Cody and David have matching tattoos. It cuts back to the tattoos.
Not
and
Cody and David. Christine and David.
Christine and David. Cody and David are now BFFs having a
matching tattoos. No.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
On their chest, on their hearts. They did a lot of cutting back and forth. So I was like, whatever.
Yeah, one of the things that I thought was interesting about this particular scene, right? So they show Christine talking about one of the main reasons why she left, right? Is that she didn't want her kids to see her in a relationship where she was in a relationship with somebody who was not attracted to her. It was a very big deal. She knew her kids knew, and it wasn't okay with her. Which is kind of sad in the sense that it was okay when she knew, but once her kids knew, that is what took it over the line for her, right? And so she's like, no. And so she says that, and that's why she left. And she, she's trying all the ice cream or whatever she's doing with the ice cream. And Cody somehow turns that into, well, look, but she's turning the kids against me. And I'm like, okay, it took me on the second watch to understand at least where he's trying to get that, because I think he's trying to say that by her saying that Cody wasn't attracted to her and that's why she left, that is a knock on Cody, which I mean, it kind of is, but in that sense, she's saying, no, I made the decision to leave because he's not attracted to me. She's not necessarily blaming him for not being attracted to her, right? She's not saying, kids, you need to not like him because he wasn't attracted to me. She doesn't say any of that. She just says, I learned he wasn't attracted to me. My kids knew it. I had to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom line. And he twists that into, well, look, she's telling the kids to side with her against me.
Right.
And it's like only in his twisted little mind could he make that about him.
Yeah.
Right? Because it wasn't about him. It wasn't about him at all.
When he mentioned that he didn't like the fact that Christine was talking to the kids about their relationship, like about that aspect of it, I could kind of understand like why, you know, parents shouldn't talk to their kids about like the dynamics
Adult
that go
matters.
on.
Yeah.
Right. But it's not coming from a place. Cody wants to think it's coming from this place of like, see what he's doing to me, see why you should hate him, like you said, you mentioned.
Yeah.
And it's not.
And that's
it's
not what
being,
she's doing.
No, it's being open and honest as to what's going on. And the only
She's talking
reason
about dating other
Right.
people to
the
McCulty.
only reason that he didn't like it is because it makes him look bad. Period. That's it. It makes him look bad.
And only
Like-
because he decided that it makes him
Yeah.
look bad. None of the rest of us were like, whatever, we already knew this. It's, you know, she's explaining what was the final straw that made her leave. That was
Right.
it, right? It was knowing her kids knew that he wasn't attracted to her.
And throughout this conversation is when Cody has the quote, maybe I'm just delusional after watching that clip because she's pitting the kids against him.
Yeah, you're not, she wasn't pitting the kids against you. You are delusional. It's not about you, Cody. I mean, it wasn't.
It always will be about Cody.
It wasn't in that moment. Like you said, it wasn't Christine like, hey, McKelty, like you should not like your father because he didn't think I was attractive. And that's how he took it. Like, that's how he's like, in his mind, that's what the conversation was. And that's not what the conversation was. We saw it. She was just saying, I'm looking to be with somebody who's attracted to me. And oh my God, I don't know how to do that in dating because, oh my God, it's scary.
Yeah, rejection. And she's probably scared of rejection like Cody did their entire 25-year marriage or whatever. Well, yeah. Cody, in one of his wonderful quotes, goes on to say, now, if she's really in love, which I hope is the real story, that should all end. Her trash talking to me, to my children, and this show, because if she's in love, she should be over it. Like, what? And we kind of
let's follow that, Cody. Then you are in love with Robyn, and therefore you should stop trash talking everybody else. All your wives, stop trash talking.
Right. Well, in his mind,
he's talking Janelle. Like, stop.
In his mind, he's not trash talking them.
No,
that's where he's delusional. He really believes what he's saying.
He does.
And the fact that he can say what he wants, but nobody else can say what they want.
Yeah,
because his word is right.
These are the consequences of your own actions, and he refuses to see that.
Well, the best part of it was after he said that just fucking crazy quote, Suki responds with, I think she is. That was all she said. Like, I think she's
over, get over it. Yeah, she is. She's over it.
I think she is. Really, but she said it like so calm and just like matter of fact. I think
which was interesting because it was the only time that I felt like Suki pushed back against Cody at all. I felt like she was really coddling him and Robyn.
Definitely, like, because they would walk off the show if she said anything to piss them off.
Yeah, and I think
they would not.
And people like Suki's so terrible as a host. I don't blame her. I blame the producers, right? Because she's saying what they're telling her to say and act and do. And so I think, the producers leaned in a little bit heavy on the support of Robyn and Cody. Because like Suki was like laughing and joking with them about some of this stuff that I was like, that shows that like that kind of joking and laughing with them about it kind of like gives the impression you're on their side. And I don't think that that's appropriate in this situation.
I thought she was just sucking up to them to get them to answer questions, which I totally got. I'm like, you got it, I guess.
That's probably what it was. We just knew that they had to make him feel like he was
stroke his ego.
Stroke his ego, exactly. Make him feel more.
Oh, Cody, you're so funny with your peck jokes and your small dick.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways,
agreed.
It was really sad that Christine was saying that Cody didn't like kissing her and that she's tried to like pull him aside in the past and just have a make out session, and he never wanted to kiss her.
I know, and she's like, I just knew. You just know.
Yes, you know.
So sad. Can you imagine being married for that long to a husband that didn't even want? Like, you go to kiss him and he pulls away. Like, no.
Well, David says Christine's a good kisser and that there's no issues anywhere else. So that he's very happy.
How happy is Christine with David? Like the way she talks about him and the way she is with him. She's so clearly in love. And I love it. I think it's great because she was never like that. She was never like this for 18 seasons. And now suddenly this is, look at her. I love it.
And David's defending her. He says Christine's not a backstabber. Sometimes she's a little clueless about things going on, but she's not intentionally, a
Yeah.
backside. Like Cody's making her out to be this like evil person.
Yeah, and I think the rest of the world sees that she's not, that it's Cody,
Yeah.
a selfish asshole who refuses.
And that's, yeah, and then that's when Cody goes on to say that, like, for David's sake, Christine has to destroy my character, or David doesn't feel like he can marry her because she left a good man. I'm not a bad guy. Christine and I were just not in a good marriage. But which we already talked about, but what really like irks me is that Cody said he vetted Robyn hard, that she didn't leave a good man.
Right. Because the allegation that Robyn has put out there, she hasn't put a lot about it, but the allegation was that he was somehow abusive. I've never seen anything that has elaborated on that. So we don't know if it was physical, emotional, if it was abuse at all, we don't know any of that. We just know that she has put out the narrative that somehow he was abusive. I don't know if he was or he wasn't. I have no objective evidence to base any of that on. I just know that's what the narrative that she has put out. So that's what I think Cody is, talking about it there is this guy is not a great guy, which I think is really interesting because what's the name of the son, her oldest son, the autistic one? Dalton,
Dayton.
who doesn't what? David? Dayton, whatever his real name is, that he doesn't go by that. He goes by like he's with his father, as far as I understand now. Like he has developed a relationship with his father and gone back with his father, and goes by like Little David or whatever. I don't know, something like he has the same name as his birth father, and is somehow going. You're looking it up right now, aren't you? Like somehow is like he's got a close relationship with his father. And I think on the show goes by Dayton or Dalton or whatever the hell his name is, but in real life,
on the show,
in real life goes by something else. And he's like with his father, or even though him going to college was the reason they moved to Flagstaff. So
his original name was David, and he went by Dayton. Then he went back to David, I guess.
David being his father's name. Yeah. So there we go. There we have it, y'all.
Yep.
I think Robyn was calling him Dayton because she didn't want to call him David because that's the ex, right? So she
probably.
Yeah, because that's what something Robyn would do. And he's like, fuck you. My name's David. I'm going to go by David.
We learn about how David proposed. Christine's David. He took her to his favorite place in the world, and I guess there's some nature, mountains and stuff in the background, whatever.
Yeah. Well, they live in Utah, so.
Yeah. He said, "You're my favorite person. This is my favorite place I want to spend my life with." And his friend Jason had gotten everything on camera. So that was really sweet.
She was totally surprised by it. I love that. I love it.
And she then talks about the difference between her wedding ceremony with Cody versus her future wedding that she's going to have with David. And in the past, it was like the sealed wedding or whatever, where you know, it's very small, intimate.
You don't walk down the aisle, you just stand there and do the whatever ritual, sealing ritual thing.
So now she gets to do whatever she wants. She can walk down the aisle. She can invite who she wants. There's no bridal party or whatever.
Yeah.
Wedding
all the
party.
grandkids are going to be there, like whatever,
Yeah. And like, she says
I love it.
She tells us who she's going to invite. So she says she's inviting Janelle. She's not inviting Cody or Robyn or their kids, because I guess she reached out to the kids and they don't have a relationship. Yeah. When asked if she's going to invite Mary, she said, my gut reaction is no, but Leon and Audrey, who is Leon's wife, are invited.
Leon being
Mary's son.
Child. Yeah, Mary's.
Yeah. Cody's siblings and Cody's mom are invited, which I was actually surprised at. I didn't know how close she was to Cody's family.
Yeah.
So, I would have never thought that. Which I think is great that Cody's mom is going to support her and siblings. They probably know what a douche she is.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Seriously. Which reminds me, I just had a conversation with my former mother-in-law the other day on Facebook Messenger. She asked me for my address so she could mail a package to Baby Frauded, right? Because, Dad lives in Hawaii and Kid is going to be here. The Kid is on a cruise with Dad right now. So they're getting their Christmas time together. But he's going to come back here to DC. And he'll be here for the rest of the holiday break. So she wanted to make sure she sent the package to me so that he could get it, right? Which is what everybody's doing. My parents, like everybody's doing. Like, what should I send it to? Should I send it to Virginia Tech? Should I send whatever?
It makes sense. Asking.
She reached out to me the other day, and I was like, oh yeah. And she's like, oh, we're moving back to Wake Forest because they live in North Carolina. So it's like, yeah, I probably will catch up with her on Christmas itself.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I still have a decent relationship.
Yeah. That's good. Well, they asked Mary if she will get an invitation to the wedding, and she said probably not, and she's okay with it because it's a very special moment, and obviously her and Christine are close.
Mary understanding why she wouldn't be invited to the wedding and her reaction to it, I think was great. Like, yeah, it was. Mary has actually been doing some work in therapy and stuff because she was like, it's not about me,
Yep.
and it's not about whether I'm there or not. Like, we don't have a great relationship. It makes sense that I'm not there. She doesn't,
Mm-hmm. Well, and then the season ended with us not knowing kind of where Janelle and Cody stood. Like, we knew that she was probably out and she didn't want to reconcile, but Suki asked her again, like, where do you foresee you and Cody ever reconciling? And Janelle said that would have to be a magic fairy tale where everyone transforms. So that's a negative. We pretty much know that everyone's done. Then we go on to some bullshit conversation about who your favorite celebrity crushes are. And I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, that was stupid.
It was dumb. But the fact that Cody's crush was Sophia Loren, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. And then he mentioned, I knew I was straight when I was 6. I'm like, did you? I'm sorry to like, is that okay? Whatever. That was a weird statement to make. But I think we left the end of the episode really, really in a great positive note because Christine said that for the past 13 years, she showed everyone, the world, her life, right? Good, the bad, and a lot of bad, right? There's been a lot of drama and the ups and downs. And finally, she's going to get to show the world how happy she is and like the positive part in her life when she shows everyone the wedding. So that made my heart happy.
Yeah. And I just love seeing how happy she was with him.
Definitely.
And talking about him.
Yeah. I feel like there was a lot of questions that weren't asked, and I'm not blaming Suki at all. I'm saying like we could have gone deeper, but at the same time, I feel like if they were to have probed any more, Cody and Robyn would have just been done. They would have not wanted to answer and go there. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. So, no, we have lots to cover. We have a bunch of shows planned around like Mother God and a couple other documentaries that are batshit that are out there. And we're going to try to get all those together for you and stuff as well. But in the meantime, enjoy Fat Friday and enjoy Sister Wives coverage. And we will get with you next time. Bye. Thanks.